Howdy y'all, welcome to Sam's Whiskey Bar. I am Mr. Sam and Mr. Shane is on his way over here. So he doesn't know this, but I've set the camera up and it's been a while since he's been over, and that means new whiskeys for him to try. I think that's it, and perfect timing. What up, big dog? How are you?
And what is it? You said Nelson?
Nelson Bros. It's actually, the name of the distillery is Nelson Greenbrier Distillery. So there might be something older in there. I'm getting a little oak on the back of my nose at the very end of my sniff after the ethanol and the grain youth.
Oh, it is real grainy on the palate for sure. A little stingy.
Yeah, for 93.3 proof.
As I say, for no,
Granted,
I can tell
we
it's.
haven't had a drink in a while.
I can tell it's not proofy, but it's a little bitter, a little stingy, a little bitter. The smell of I like the smell of it. The smell of it's sweeter.
Smells wonderful.
The smell is much better than the flavor. The flavor's not bad. But.
So this is J. Regier out of Kansas City. I want to say that they finished these. Olorosa Sherry. You know how we like Olorosa Sherry? Oh, you're still on that one. I'm going to go ahead and start on this one.
Well, here, finish it.
I've been waiting a week to get into these again. Founded in 1887, the Kansas City, Missouri Jacob Regier and Company was once the largest mail-order whiskey house in the United States. Dormant since Prohibition, it wasn't until 2014 that we revived the Regier legacy with the reopening of our distillery. Our Kansas City whiskey honors this history with complex pre-Prohibition style blend of straight bourbon, straight rye, and light corn whiskey. So that's just straight up corn. A light whiskey is just 100% corn. With trace amounts of dry sack, whatever the hell that means, dry sack, 15-year Olorosa Especial Sherry. I wonder if that's...
Dry.
I don't know very much about Olorosa. So
way more varnish. Oh, there's the...
Get that sherry on the end?
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's kind of a nice little finish.
But it's got a lot of varnish on the front. It's got a lot of age smell to it. I'm getting a little bit of a port finish almost.
It's got to be that sherry.
That's that sherry. Yeah, that's that sherry. It's a wine. It's a sweet wine finish.
My light got mad at you when you said that. It turned off. This thing's been messing up. I think it might be a wiring issue, like something inside of it's messed up. For not an expensive pour, this is not going to break the bank by any means. I don't remember what I gave for it, but I want to say it was sub $40. Super sweet up front.
Lot of really like stone fruit flavor.
There's nothing in the mid palate. It just goes right into that Olorosa finish. It's sweet up front, nothing mid, right to the Olorosa.
Yeah, it goes right to that
100%
finish real quick.
So definitely priced right. It's a good starter whiskey or something different for a low proof drinker. This is the 7-year Jim Beam Black, which I wasn't expecting a lot at all, Shane, when I picked this up. I saw it and I was like, what the hell is that? Picked that thing up, brought it home, cracked it, had one pour of it. This is my second pour of this.
Nutty.
Okay.
It's got peanut, but way more age.
Peanut shell, maybe dusty peanut shell.
Maybe, yeah. There's a little varnish to it, not a lot. There's a little age smell to it.
I almost get a floral note if I close my mouth and take a big whiff.
See, if I open mine, I get nothing. I can't smell like you guys do with the open mouth.
There's just not a lot on the palate there. It's very thin.
That's what I was gonna say.
For a 7-year, I expected a lot more
really
influence.
It's really flat. and then it starts getting a little bittery.
And
then I get the oak on the back end of it.
I might give this to somebody who doesn't like something proofy. I think maybe 3 years ago, we probably would have just been in love with this thing.
Well, 3 years, yeah. Then I would have been mixing it with something. I haven't mixed a whiskey in 2.5 years, probably.
Oh man, look at you! So let's get into the real stuff here. So Wyatt from Ben Holiday was at Legends of Whiskey and sent this home.
Was that the kid that did the tour for us?
No,
that was a different guy. Okay.
Was that Seth or Sean or his name started with an S?
Seth, yeah,
I think it might have been Seth. Okay, so they only sell these in the little, what are these? 375s. And I tell you what,
there you go. That's perfect.
I'm giving you just a little bit because this stuff is liquid gold, my friend. Look at that.
Let at that. Yeah,
look at that.
I don't know if the camera's picking up the color on that. Let me move my KU cup here. Let me move my daughter's $100,000 cup. That has got some color to it.
I even got the old holiday glass out because I knew I was going to be pouring this one. And this is one, those that we just had were just a warm-up for us. Get our palate kind of back, get a little different flavor profiles. This is what we enjoy. This is what I enjoy. Toasted Barrel from Ben Holiday, Ancient Cave Collection. You remember the cave? We were in the cave.
It was pretty cool.
Trying to keep Rod away from licking the barrels. Remember the candy?
What'd they call it?
Barrel candy.
Barrel candy? Yeah, the crusties.
Where it was kind of leaking out.
The crusties and coming through the grain.
Yeah, we almost got kicked out of the Ben Holiday tour because Mr. Rod was trying to lick the barrels. He heard candy.
He got his pocket. He got his pocket knife out. Was carve off some of the crusties off of it.
Oh my!
That's got my brain.
That's the first.
It's got my brain.
That is age. There is age there.
It's got my brain just like going in circles compared to that stuff for sure that we just had.
Wow, that oak influence on the nose and sweet behind it.
There's a lot more sweet on that than you.
And this is a toasted barrel, so you know what I'm not a big toasted fan.
Yeah, to me it just brings out some tannins, some of that bitterness. I smell a proof difference for sure, but it's probably just that I'm off a little bit. I haven't had a lot in the last 2 weeks.
I definitely get that toasted profile. It's not coming through as cinnamon as much as it's almost coming through a little banana-y on the palate.
Get the banana.
A little fruity,
I don't get the banana off fruity. Of the stuff you guys get.
A little fruity.
You guys get the banana off that Old Forester and Jack.
With the toasted, it smells more like going to the old lumberyard back in the day, the sawdust, like a fresh cut wood. I think with toasted, I get that. I like that charred, deep, dark, richer. I got a little marshmallow on that smell. I got a little toasted marshmallow on that smell.
It's way more complex than the other stuff that we've been drinking.
Oh yeah, this is a different ballgame.
But I just don't know. I don't know where to hit it. I don't know how to describe it. It is sweet.
Sweet oak. You definitely, that toast comes through on the nose more than the palate for me. I don't get the cinnamon toast on.
I get that toasted in a bitterness to me. But it goes away really quickly. It's a bitter up front and it's sweet in the middle and back.
I got a little apple on that taste. Like an apple peel.
Like
a bitter apple peel.
Never gotten apple off of a holiday.
Me neither. But like the peel of the apple, not an apple like you would think. Like, remember, Mom would peel the apple for apple pie, and you'd go grab the peels and chew on it, and it had that bitter. Fruity taste. It's bitter fruity to me. Not that money matters, but this is a $145 bottle right here.
100 what?
45.
Gee, Merry Christmas.
And that's what all their Nighteds are. You can buy lesser price stuff from still high quality but lesser price stuff from Barrel King. This is my first
Does Rod
bottle.
get in on those cheaper then?
No.
Oh.
This is my first bottle. Now, if you buy the next one, then you don't have to pay shipping, so it is $145,
Sure.
and so $165 is what I paid for this
Gotcha.
to get it here to my door. Now, the Bourbon Junkies and ADHD Whiskey, Matt Porter, Dan, and Sean went to Bourbon, Missouri the other day, and they've got an apple pie one or something finished in there. They did a little apple brandy finish. This one is sweet. So this one is 7 year
and weedy.
7 year wheated and 7 year rye, and then finished in honey casks and finished in stag barrels. So literally finished in stag. So that's where you get the stag lee, because the wheat, and they call it sweet and weedy. So I am going to pour you just a little bit of this.
That's plenty.
And I'm going to pour me just a little bit of this. I didn't clean my glass out, but it's all right. Wow.
Smells really good.
Freaking wow. I mean, and that's after the Ancient Cave collection. That is going to it after the Holiday Nose. The top and you know how I feel about Holiday.
Yeah, you like Holiday.
Oh gosh, I'm in love with Holiday.
Yeah.
And that's
it's one of them local deals we can go touch it.
But it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so freaking good.
I'm not as big on it as you are. This is really good.
I think the soft
there's
red wheat,
there's no bitterness to this. This was really, really, I hate to use the word smooth, but this was really smooth.
For the proof point. Do you know what? Did I tell you what the proof point is?
114?
Yep, 114.4.
God dang!
114.4.
Wow. All right, what do we got here?
Traverse
City.
I'm sure it's out of Michigan.
Okay.
Straight bourbon whiskey. This is the barrel proof. 58.8.
Oh,
so
I didn't want you to tell me. I wanted to guess it. That's all right.
Sorry, buddy.
I know now. That's fine. I hit the other one on the head. I wanted to see how close I would get.
I think he's looking at the proof and then he wants to guess it out.
I didn't do it on that Barrel King. I God's honest truth, hit that one. Luckily.
Look, Traverse City, Michigan. So yeah, Michigan.
I got some cereal grain.
I think it's grain.
Like a cereal that just flashed across my mind.
I'm definitely getting grain notes.
And I don't know what it was.
After I get the sweet notes and like almost a sweet candy, like a gummy candy note, which I can't quite place. I almost got watermelon there for a second. I didn't dare speak up and say that was like a watermelon gummy. Like a tropical fruit gummy is more like it. I got there for a second, and then it went straight into...
It's grainy.
Grain.
Yep, it's grainy. Okay. I'm getting that cereal, but I'm trying to think of the...
it's not MGP. They make their own stuff. So think about all the non-big distilleries and how crafty their stuff is. Like how craft forward...
When I get a...
This is done very
When
well.
I get a memory that's keying up some sort of cereal, to me it's gonna be sweet.
Honey Nut Cheerios, maybe?
Maybe even like a malto meal or a
hot cereal.
Yeah, it could be, but it's gonna have a sweetness to it because it either came with sugar on it or we added sugar.
Oh yeah.
It could be a grape nuts. I can't place this one.
Okay.
Something flashed across my mind as soon as I smelled it.
It's definitely grain forward. It's definitely grain forward, but it's not craft forward.
No, it's not.
So I would rather a craft distillery be grain forward
it's not crafty.
Than crafty.
Not Sharpie. There's no cardboard.
Like if I hit it right in the middle of the smell and up a little bit, I get a chocolate. I get a cocoa.
Okay, time to go in.
All right.
And it might just be in my head now. Bitter chocolate.
Bitter chocolate.
But
sweet.
But a good bitter
How
chocolate.
How sweet is that all the way through?
Yeah, it's like those semi-sweet morsels, with a high cocoa influence, the bitterness, but a good one.
I get a lot of sweet notes. I get a lot of fruit notes. But that proof and that oak is sticking and tingling. You know what I mean? The tannin is tingling on my tongue.
There's a lot of tannin, bitterness, dryness on the back end.
Corsets, Whips, and Whiskey from Journeyman Distillery is the one to buy.
Solid. What's that bottle? How much is that bottle?
I don't remember, man. I don't. You know how I am. I buy something
Just
and,
buy 'em.
and it's been so.
You don't
long.
want to know what this guy's whiskey budget is.
It's been so long since you've been over. I forgot all the prices. But I know that these are new whiskeys that you have not had since you've been over. $60, $70, $80.
Well, we've had profiles all over the place. Holy crap!
Everywhere. So let's bring it back. Let's bring it
Bring
back.
back something familiar.
Let's bring it back to something familiar. A little Jim Beam product. This is the new Booker's.
Okay. Stingy.
Oh, it is stingy.
That is very
So,
stingy.
I think this is just very ethanol forward for a Booker's to me. That was. I
Okay.
keep on going to it wanting to love it. I keep on going to it wanting to love it, and I can't love it.
I'm getting the peanut on the palate, not on the nose like I would think I would be getting.
This
isn't
isn't
telling me
this should be better than this.
This isn't telling me it's a Booker's.
It's not.
It's super
It should-
fucking high proof though.
It should be better than this. But I'm like, why not let this go like 2-3 more years?
couple
It
more
would be
years.
so more full.
Yeah, there's
it
no-
would knock that ethanol down. It would be more rich. I mean, just everything would come together.
Yeah.
I would take the Traverse
The Tra-
City
the
over
Traverse-
that.
yeah, the Traverse City, yeah.
I would take, and that is a craft not known. This is Jim freaking Beam, bro. This is Booker's. This is named after Booker. No, this should be stellar, and it is not.
It's kind of one note. It's just proof.
Gosh dang it. I'm glad you came over and were honest with me because I've been arguing about this in my head for ever since I bought it.
It's slightly peanutty. It's just proofy. There's just nothing to it.
I like the nose a little bit, but then when you put it on your mouth, it's so thin. There's just not a lot to it. It doesn't last. It's just a disappointment. It's a
They need to stick it in the bottle.
disappointment.
They stick it in the barrel 2 more years.
God, I don't like to give bad reviews, but this one I think might deserve it. Well, I just got this because it went from $109 down to $91 down to $70.
Oh, $70.
When it hit that 70 and it was the last one on the shelf, I picked it up. I think the age is young.
I just got
I think
something.
it's fairly young.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's smoother, easier to drink than I thought it would be. Sweeter than I thought it would be.
Do you get any turkey profile off there?
No, the opposite. I'm getting more Buffalo Trace, apple, actually a little bit of
I would never guess Buffalo Trace.
well,
off
but
there.
I'm just saying apple. That's because I get apple off Buffalo Trace. More sweeter versus the, I don't even know how to describe that, the funky graininess of a turkey profile. Sweeter.
I'm getting a lot of
Apple,
freaking wild turkey.
apple
off
bananas.
there.
You're getting that funky grain.
No, I'm getting the wild turkey spice.
But
off
to me,
there.
that's that funky grain. It's not complex to me.
I would pay $70 for another one.
I wouldn't pay
I
$109.
wouldn't pay $100.
Yeah, I wouldn't pay $109. I'd pay
I'd pay 70. I wouldn't pay $100.